first move today, guys, we're just going to start with our muscle fascial release techniques. Like I said earlier, I'm going to use a tennis ball. You can use like a lacrosse ball or a golf ball if you want to. So I'm just going to hop straight into it. We're going to do 30 seconds of leg. So just kind of come down here on your mat. Stick the ball kind of 2/3 of the way up the quad. Just kind of push that leg down right into it. If you want to roll a little bit up and down, you can. If you find that not kind of part of the leg, that's where I really want you to focus and just kind of hang out there. You might feel a little bit of pain. That's completely normal. This is just kind of releasing the muscles good. So just really kind of squeeze your right butt cheek. If you're doing the right leg, push it into the ground. Get a little more pressure. You can kind of switch up the positioning a little bit if you want. Work a different part of the muscle. Got a beat. Gonna go right to the left side leg now. Same positioning. Gonna hang out right there. Woo. Working that muscle out, guys. Once again, this is just kind of releasing some of the knots, getting those muscles loosened up and primed here for a good stretch kind of flow workout here today, okay? Still sitting on it. We'll roll it out a little bit, a little higher in the leg. Down the knot. That's exercise number 1. So now the second exercise, now we're going to do the IT band muscle fascial release. So once again, we're just going to do 30 seconds aside, kind of come down. You want to hit it right up kind of almost by the hip socket, but not quite. Just going to put all your weight on that ball once again. Just kind of hang out right there, cross this other leg over. You can roll once again, just a little bit if you want to. And I just found my knot on that side of the leg, so I'm just going to stay there. Once again, a little bit of discomfort is okay. I don't want you guys like wincing up and screaming, but you are going to feel it. This is kind of a deep muscle tissue massage, so you are going to feel a little bit. About 5 seconds on this side, guys. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. So same thing. 2/3 of the way up. Cross that leg. I'm going to start by rolling it out just a little bit. Found that knot position. Really kind of push your hips down into the ground as you do this. Nice deep tissue massage, releasing some of those knots. Woo! Feeling it. This leg's a little bit tighter. I had surgery on this one in college, so definitely feeling this one. There we go. And that's exercise number 2. So our third exercise today, guys, is our last muscle fascial release movement of the day. Now you're going to actually put the ball directly on your hip. We're going to go 30 seconds again, so a little higher now than you had it for the IT band. You're going to be right on that hip socket. Just kind of right there. 30 seconds aside. Just down right on there. So right on that hip joint. Find the spot a little bit. There it is. Woo! Found it, push down. There you go. About 10 seconds left on this side. You guys are doing great. 5 seconds to go, guys. 3, 2, and 1. Real quick transition here. Slide the other side. Right on the hip. Take it down. If you want to feel a little bit more, you can lift up your foot a little bit, push it out even further, or you can just rest on the ground to lift you. Once again, you can roll around a little bit. I found a spot on this one, just going to hang out there, pushing my hip into it. Around a little bit. Woo! Stay it. Good job. That's exercise number 3. Now for exercise number 4, we're going to start moving a little bit more movement-based kind of stretching. So this is just called stability ball squat with a rotation. We're going to go for about a minute total. So here we go. Ready? Come on down. We're going to get nice and deep. Now what you're going to do from here, kind of push a hand down on the ground where you're at, twist, kind of come up side to side a little bit, sit down nice and low, twist the other way, side to side a little bit. You're doing great. You should feel this in your hips. Should be really low. Have your chest up. Switch sides once again, kind of hold it a couple seconds, come back down. Now notice my feet are staying flat on the ground. I'm not falling forward. Trying to keep decent posture here. Switch sides. Just rocking back and forth. My balls, my feet, and my heels are all flat on the ground the whole time, so I'm not coming up doing some funky calf raise stuff, just chilling out right here. Do one more rotation on this side. Last 10 seconds. And move a little faster. And just kind of rock it out. Last couple seconds here, guys. 2 and 1. There you go. So now exercise number 5, we're just going to do some glute bridges. I got a special version idea. We're just going to come down here like this, have our feet together. We're going to go for a whole minute, and this is just kind of activating the glutes. Go ahead, John. A lot of hip issues start because we have weak glutes. So now we're just going to kind of be here. Don't let your butt hit the ground all the way. Come up and squeeze a couple seconds. But the stronger your glutes are, the more pressure it kind of takes off your hip flexor muscles. So we're going to work on the glutes some today too in this little program. Come up and down. If you want to make it a little harder, you can bring your hands straight up to the ceiling. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Fire up those glutes. If you start feeling your feet slipping, move a little bit closer to your butt again. Keep coming, keep coming. Guys, doing great. Definitely feeling it. Might even feel a little stretch in the hips when you do this version of the glute bridge. That's got 5 seconds. Now, when it beeps, we're going to go right into a glute bridge hold, okay? So just come up, beeps. Just going to hold the glute bridge for a full minute. This will burn. You might be shaking a little bit. That's okay. Just make sure you're activated down here, okay? Keep on squeezing. You can transition your hands up if you want. Good job. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep holding. Still got about 20 seconds left, guys. Definitely feeling the burn now. Make sure you're activated. Get those hips up. Just don't arch the back too much. Try to keep the back flat. Abdomen tight as you do this. You're still squeezing. You got 10 seconds to go, okay? Almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. So the next one, we're just going to keep the glute bridges going. We're going to just flow right into it now with cross-leg glute bridges. We're going to each side for 30 seconds now. Here we go. So same thing, kind of drive up. Squeezing that glute to the top for a couple seconds. Focus on trying to push this knee down and not tilt yourself over. So right like that. Squeezing. Real good, guys. Got 5 seconds on this side. Last one. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And we're going to switch it now. Come up. Good job. 15 seconds. Squeezing that glute at the top. 10 to go. 2 more. Hold, hold, hold. Last one. 1, 2, 3. Good job. So on the 8th exercise, guys, now we're going to come up from our glute bridge series. We're going to go straight into some kneeling stuff for our hip flexors. Really good hip flexor stretches. So first one, we're just going to do some kind of hip slash glute contraction back and forth 30 seconds aside. So watch my hips closely. Here we go. This is what you don't want to do. You do not want to just come forward like this, opening your hip up. I want you to literally take your butt, squeeze it, push that hip forward, 2, 3, 4, relax, push it forward, squeeze, 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 squeeze. Activate that glute. When you activate that glute, you should feel a really nice stretch in the hip flexor. Don't overdo it. Stay up nice and tall the whole time. Gonna switch sides. So right here, relax, squeeze. You might even feel a little bit in your quad too. If you got some tight quads, that's okay. Still doing what we want it to do. Squeeze in, relax, squeeze. Watch that hip, pop it, get nice and tight. Squeeze the glute, squeeze the glute. Relax, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Relax. Good job. The next one in our kneeling series, kind of hip flexor series now, is we're just going to do a hip flexor hold, but you're going to add a little kind of reverse warrior action into it. So here we go, 30 seconds aside. Going to reach up, arm on the same side of the leg that's back. Contract those glutes again. Lean back. This one you're going to hold the contraction the whole time. Reach over the head. You can even look kind of over the opposite shoulder and backwards. I'm still squeezing here. But don't do that. Keep it tight. Come forward a little bit. Should feel it all through down here. It's a great stretch. Almost there. Keep it contracted. We're going to switch sides now. Come up. So contraction. Reach back over the head. Alright guys, I want to get a little deeper. Move that leg forward a little bit. Still contracting now. Reach over. Squeezing the glute. Good, nice job. Last move of our hip flexor series. Now you're just going to do a deep hip flexor stretch. I love this one, it's one of my favorites. We're going to do 30 seconds aside. It's also called kind of a runner stretch, so here we go. Now a couple versions here. I'm really tight in my hips. I've had 2 lower body surgeries and it kind of messes me up. So you can either be on your hands here, both hands inside that other leg. You can come down on your forearms if you want. Or you can even come almost like flat where your head's on the ground. I'm not that flexible. Like I said, because of those surgeries, I'm just going to stay up here for right now. But like I said, if you want to work your way down here, you can. Totally fine. And just kind of pushing that hip flexor into the ground. We're going to switch sides now. Now this side, I got a better flexibility, different surgery. So I can come down on this one. Pushing that into the ground again. Just drive it from the floor. And make sure the other leg, want to have about 90-degree angle here. Sitting down. A little deeper. Really good stretch for the hips. Good job. Good job. The next one is just a simple hamstring stretch. So once again, you can use your band that you might have gotten in your package we suggested for you for our workout series. Or you can just use a belt or something at home, piece of string, whatever works. So just going to come right on your back, right around kind of the middle of your foot or your shoe. 30 seconds aside, just going to pull it. Now notice, I don't want you like this or bent. I want you to try to have your leg straight and kind of let that toe point towards your head. You're going to get even more of a stretch through your hamstring and actually your calf now. Lightly push. Now for 5 seconds, kind of push against the belt or the band. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then release it. Gonna get a little deeper stretch. Let that toe as best you can. Pull a little tighter. Switch sides. Same thing other side. Woo! Side's real tight. Just kind of pull it. So push 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release it. A little deeper. Still pointing that toe. Don't shake it. It's okay. I've got 8 seconds to hold it here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. And we're going to flow right to the next one. Okay. Now you're just going to keep it on that same leg, bend that knee, kind of pull it around real tight, almost out to the side. You feel a little bit more in the hips now. And do 30 seconds on both sides. You guys are doing good. Sink it down in there, come out to the side a little bit more. Got 10 seconds on this leg, and we're going to switch. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Switch legs. Pull it down. Nice and tight. So kind of come out to the side that way a little bit if you want. Should feel kind of in the hip capsule. Pulling, pulling, pulling. Out to the side a little more. Woo! It's a good one. 10 seconds, guys. Keep pulling tight. You want to the side a little bit if you want. Good stretch, come back in, last couple seconds, 2, 1. Those are some great hip flexor stretches. So the next sequence of the program, guys, we're going to be standing up a little bit, just doing some simple leg swings. We're going to start front and back leg swings, 30 seconds aside. If you need some support, I suggest grabbing just like a chair, side of the couch, something like that. So here we go. Up nice and tall, just swinging. Seems really silly, but this actually naturally helps loosen up your hip flexor. Just feel a little stretch, and then as you get going, you can try to get up a little bit higher, a little bit further back, and you combine this with the rest of the program. By now, at this point, you've been doing probably 10 or 12 different exercises for your hip flexor. They should be feeling pretty loose. So we're just going to transition right to the next side. Flip around. Oops. Kicking my TRX bands here. Now notice I'm staying nice and tall as I do these. I'm not, going back and forth like that. Just nice and controlled. Up. Come back. Dynamic stretching a little bit. We're going to go straight into side to side one. So I'm just going to hold this like this. Up nice and tall. Open up to the side. Nice and tall. Keep that leg as straight as you can. 8 seconds on this side, guys. Good job. Good. So, right to the other side. Let's scooch forward so I don't pick anything. Come up. Just like that. This is a little easier if you do something like this. I just want to use a better camera angle, but I'd suggest having something maybe in front of you as you do this. And one more. Good job. So the final exercise of today's program is one of my favorite. It's just called the Frogger stretch. So all you're going to do is kind of come on the floor. You want your knees at a 90-degree angle, your ankles at a 90-degree angle, and you just kind of sink back down into it. Now, easiest version, kind of medium stretch version, biggest stretch version, you can do either one, okay? So we're just going to go for a minute and a half, just kind of chill out. As you get loose, you can kind of put your hand under your knee, push your leg down a little further, and you'll feel the stretching more the more your butt kind of pushes backwards. And just hang out here. Nice deep breathing. You will feel this one the first few times you do it, so I suggest being careful. Don't overdo it. Just try to yank yourself back into it. Your hips are going to be pretty tight probably the first couple times you do this. So hang it down. Switch up the stretch a little bit. And rock back and forth if you want to. Want to get a little deeper stretch. Come straight up in front of you. Now, you come out of it for a second. Shake it around. Come back into it. That's fine. You guys got 25 seconds and you are done. You're doing great. Keep it up. Almost there, guys. 3, 2, 1. So when coming out of this, come forward first, nice and easy. Come up. And that is your hip flexor, kind of hip stretching workout. If you have tight hip flexor, this is a big problem area for you. I would suggest doing this workout program at least 3 to 4 times a week. That may sound like a lot, but it's in total only about 14 and a half minutes. So do it before you go to bed. Do it maybe first thing you get up in the morning, get a little bit extra time before breakfast or something, but I guarantee this will help loosen up those hip flexors, help your back problems, back pain if you have some issues there. So give it a try. Let us know what you think, and we'll see you in the next video.